Well, I have decided I am going to rewrap the pipes, and so today I'm going to take the pipes off that I sprayed and re-prepped in the last video, and we're going to apply the Design Engineering titanium wrap and get these guys back on the bike. Quite a simple one, this one. Let's get on it.
Now, pro little tip, when you're taking these flange bolts off from your exhaust manifold, it's quite difficult to get under there, and you may well find that the worst case thing happens and you drop it like that. So if that happens, there is a really simple way to get that out. Get one of these. It's a little magnetic thing on a stick, and simply stick it in there. Have a poke around, and hey, presto, you got your bolt back. Save me hours and hours of digging around in the engine, because I guarantee if you're going to drop it, it'll go down that tiny little hole. Okay, so first thing is, let's take off the oxygen sensor. I've ridden the bike for about, I would say, 50 miles, and it's a bit disappointing really. The VHT is starting to fall off and it's whiting out in the hottest parts, so not a great start, but because I'm going to wrap over that, it's all okay. I'm probably going to wrap it down to about here. Okay, so this stuff is by a company called Design Engineering. I used it on the bike before and it's great. Really good quality stuff. It holds up really well to water and general grime. But the one thing with it is it frays really easily. So I would always start with a fold to avoid the fray. And then when we're wrapping it round, go with around about between I'd say probably a third and maybe a half overlap, keeping the tension evenly applied as you go. And as soon as I've got around the first layer, double wrapping to start, I'll put 2 retaining clips on here, and then we'll work down to the bottom to keep the tension in place. Right, okay, second pipe off, so let's repeat the process. Okay, cool. And before I put them back on the bike, I had some bolts missing from the engine casing, which I want to replace, which are just going to keep that exhaust holding bracket in place. And I'm going to put some right lock, which I bought, on every single bolt so that I don't have another repeat of everything falling apart. Okay, exhausts are on, mounting bolts are attached, and the final piece I've got to put on is the end cap. Now this is notorious for falling off. It's fallen off on me so many times, so I'm going to put a ton of silicone glue on it, and I'm actually going to drill a small hole at the bottom and put a bolt through on the exhaust. When in doubt, use a hammer. Exhausts are all back on, end cap is fitted and the glue is drying. So next final piece is, let's get these oxygen sensors back on. These always seem to rattle loose, so I'm going to put some thread lock and just a little bit of gasket sealant on these to keep them in place. And there we go, job done. So guys, I hope you found this video useful. If you didn't, then hit the thumbs down. If you did, then please hit the thumbs up. So next week, I'm going to be taking this bike to the Lake District in the north of the UK, which is a beautiful part of the country. I'll be riding with my family and some friends all week. So I'm going to make some awesome videos of the riding there. And then we've got some great other mods to do to the bike. I'm going to make the underseat protection tray, and I've got some old pieces of titanium plating sitting around. So I think I'll be making a spark skid tray to protect the bottom of the exhaust, and I might even put them on my boots. So if you're interested in that, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned.